Welcome, everybody, to episode 4 of the Stanley Parable. You guys seem to really like the other episodes. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we're back at it. Alright, what's the narrator got for us today?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That computer's off now. Alright. There's got to be somewhere else I can go. Don't want to get the
Stanley
same
went
endings.
around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You don't know that. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now let's go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Alright, now I have to go this way. Okay, narrator.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Alright, this is new. We're going down, baby. Narrator, what you got to say about that? Absolutely nothing.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Nah. I don't think the narrator knows where we're going, guys. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, no, it's to
What?
the right. My mistake.
Are you going to close this door on me, too?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What? No way. New location. Ooh. This is kind of creepy. Oh, what is this? I know about this already.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
I wonder if I do this.
Okay, from the top.
Come on, bruh. I don't want to restart. Alright, I'm going to go
All
to
of
the
his
exact same
co-workers
way.
were gone. What could
He's
it
gonna
mean?
know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That felt weird.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
What
Everything
the
should be...
heck?
Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that
No.
room with all the monitors? Did
I
you
didn't change
move
shit.
the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It
Exactly.
was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Alright, just let me get through the door.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find
Let's
the
go.
story.
I want to go behind this one, bro. Eeny, meeny, miny. Which door? We're going to go through this door. Nice painting. Uh-oh, it's like the back rooms. Oh, Oh, nah, this turned into the back rooms. What the heck? A narrator?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I know. Oh, it's gonna be worse. Narrator never listens. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Is
simply
something
missed a memo.
changing when I'm walking? Maybe I'm just tripping. I bet there's gonna be so many doors. Just no doors. Wow.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sounds like a good idea, narrator. If you'd let me open these other doors. Hey, I don't think that was there. Maybe. Alright.
Aha! I knew
What?
we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
What the heck? Oh, nah, this is creepy.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Round and around, narrator. Figure it out. What the? This is weird.
Now well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Let's go!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
Let's go,
good
I'm a winner.
job. Oh, no. No, I don't
Wait,
feel right about
wait.
this at all.
Wasn't there a
We
door?
both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Yeah, can we get
I don't
out?
care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, this place weirded me out. Ugh. Gives me the chills.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Trademark, just follow the line. Alright, let's do that. Let's follow the line. The Stanley Parable... What? I don't think this line goes the right way, narrator. Alright, I'm gonna follow the line, like you said.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa,
You're thinking too deep
Hang on.
about it.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Saturated. This is just going to take us back to the entrance. Financial records.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Now, will it?
Make sure you study it closely and
All right.
remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
All right. Black, white, big old fern. Okay. Study that, guys. Make sure we don't forget.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What's this one? Oh, wait. That's back to the Stanley Parable line. Wait a second. Can't even go the way it wants me to go. Alright, we'll go this way then. New Stanley Parable line. Woo! And we're back. That's kind of creepy.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
How many times are we going to restart? Narrator? Narrate? Oh, no.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
I agree.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. Hey, welcome in.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Well,
What do you
looks like
want our
nothing.
story to be? Go
I
wild.
want...
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I just don't want this to be an infinite loop. Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new
yeah.
story. No lines or monitor rooms.
I remember,
Just don't
Marco.
acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Yeah, ignore the line. Worst line. Oh, I mean, we're kind of forced to follow. Ugh. Kind of forced to follow it. We're just going to disregard the line. Disregard, and it's gone again. Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Fun.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
I got you.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the
210
place
for
where
me.
we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yeah. Oh, I already was. I was just playing that. I think we need to go to the left door, narrator.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
My favorite game
Well,
is
who consulted me?
probably 5
Why
Nights at
don't I
Freddy's
get
all
to
time.
decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to
No,
be.
narrator, open
I
this door
don't
and
want
let's
the game
go.
to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
How about you open
Will
this
something
door?
happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That scared me. That low-key scared me. Narrator!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms.
The
and
bucket!
a wave of comfort rushed
Let's
over
go!
him.
The attractive bucket's back. Alright, we're gonna keep the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This
Nah, not
broom
right
closet
now.
believes
Nobody
it
else in here.
deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't
Never.
hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
Alright, whatever.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Nah.
upstairs to the boss's office.
The bucket calls me to the downstairs. What the?
You found
Yes!
them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these.
I gotta
Only
collect
the
all of them.
intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So,
Let's
I
go.
implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh, I'm savoring that moment. Let's go. Alright.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during
I wanna
work
find more
hours.
Stanley
He might be
figurines.
fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Oh, no.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down
Where's
at
that
the bucket
beeping
in his
noise?
arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange,
that
Stanley
beeping gives
thought.
me the
Usually
chills. I don't
bucket
like
is a source
that.
of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar
not this
reassurance
again.
and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's
What?
bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely
God, this
no
is-
good would come
What?
from this. Who
Where'd the
knows
bucket
what
go?
sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without
Oh,
the
now this is freaking me
psychologically
out.
grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was,
no,
of
get me
course,
outta here.
very odd. And now he
Ugh.
felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Where's the bucket?
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special
None of those
bucket.
are my buckets.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, it froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
What?
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What just happened?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought.
The narrator
And she
took
hugged
my
her
bucket.
own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks
My
ass.
life kicks
And she
ass because I have a
backflipped
bucket.
all the way to work.
Backflipped all the way to work. All right. Let's go. We're back. I don't know how long I've been live. Only like 30 minutes, so we gotta keep going. That's not enough.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Figurine
Perhaps he had
finders.
simply missed a memo.
Yo, it's still got the
The
stickers.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Let's go. We still got the stickers. Wait, is that the broom closet? No, that's not the broom closet.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Alright,
tightly
we can
to
go
his
to the right
chest.
now.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply
Yes.
the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the
Nope.
meeting? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Broom closet.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I want to go this way with the bucket.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
The bucket's telling me to do
Good.
something.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not
Bucket's
to think
telling me
about
to
this
do something.
obvious fact.
Woo!
He was firmly convinced, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
Bucket was calling
So
me,
he
guys.
threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
So touching. Me and my bucket. We're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of
Yeah,
his
I know they're not
co-workers.
here. I gotta like. Wait. The bucket. Can't forget the bucket, guys.
Warmth spread through Stanley's
Yes.
arms. With the bucket in his arms
Yes.
again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
My bucket. This is new. How can we bottom text? There will be a reward for finding them all. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. What? There has to be a reward then.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh yeah. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose.
Another miniature Stanley.
Yes! We got
There's,
another Stanley.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes,
I really like
I think I like
Stanlerines,
that.
yeah.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine, yeah. There we go. Let's go! 3 more Stanlerines. Just gotta be in. More Stanlerines. Where do I gotta go? Here. Oh, wait, this elevator doesn't work, bro. Wait. I always think those are floating. This isn't gonna work. Whatever. One day it'll work.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light
Bucket, what is
pierce
the
the
code?
dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
I'm looking straight at
Nor
it,
in his
narrator.
bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Woo!
Was it that the bucket knew
Best
all
guess of all
along?
time. Oh,
Was
what
the
the-
bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Alright, there's gotta be a Stanley fig, guys. Look out for the Stanley. What do you call it? Stanlerines? Yeah. Yes!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and
Stanlerines,
Figlets.
all
What do you
day.
think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness
Stanlerines.
that you get from
Let me
seeing a
pick.
small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlerine is so good, though. Narrator, keep it there. Alright. 2 more. We need 2 more Stanlerines. Come on, narrator.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him,
The attractive
comforting
bucket,
him,
guys. Don't forget, this
reassuring
bucket
that in
makes
this
me more
darkest moment of
attractive.
uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I want another Stanlerine. Come on.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I don't see any Stanlerines there. I might have to go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back
I
on
need a
track.
Stanlerine.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Why is this such a long hallway, bro? Woo! The end is never, so I can't die. I don't see a Stanley.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself. And he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
I thought there was a way to get out of here.
Farewell, Stanley.
No, please. I didn't get my Stanlerines. There's no need. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Ooh. I'm alive.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. We got the bucket. Welcomes you to the grand exhibit. It's just buckets.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
This might be the funniest thing yet. The bucket cave drawing. Wow.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
I understand.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I should have kneeled before the bucket. The hanging bucket. That's pretty cool, actually. I should have knelt before the bucket. That's my bad. How could I ever think? I was so dumb. So dumb to think I could keep a bucket. This is my favorite one by far. Holy crap. I might need to take a screenshot of this for my thumbnail. What? Oh. The stress bucket and analogy. Alright. Alright, I've seen enough buckets. I need to find my bucket. Oh wait, this is the wrong way. God damn it. Alright, so I have to go... Did I miss... Am I missing something? I mean, I thought I guess I gotta go to the right here. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Was there another way over here? What is that noise? Oh, that was creeping me out. Oh. But yeah, I went here though. Oh, I could grab the hanging bucket. I didn't even know.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I,
make me
that will
turn
right
off
this
my
terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements.
For the
if
bucket.
only we let Stanley
For the
die
bucket.
together. The bucket shall take its
Kneel
place
to
as
the
ruler,
bucket.
as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Goodbye, Stanley. It's all for the bucket.